Geek Shock. Geek Shock.
Welcome, folks, to Geek Shock number 382. I am Master Torgo.
80s Jeff.
Dr. Vlarg.
Commander K.
Old man fact-checked Andy.
A pissed off fucking Canadian.
We're talking Week in Geek, and so they've given you a build drone at this point. It's beautifully wrapped, and
do-it-yourself burrito.
BYOB.
You can't see this, through the radio,
Well,
but he's so angry at
Andy,
this
live
burrito.
record it.
These fucking
Get
stupid
off that
Mexicans. Look
street
at this.
surfboard.
Look at this.
what'd you
So
do?
I ordered a breakfast burrito with guacamole. It's supposed to go inside the goddamn burrito. But Jose over there was like, hey, I'm going to give you
Are you recording?
You did
a
say
fucking stupid ass on the side. So what am I going to do? Unwrap it and then put it in there myself?
Do you even have like a spoon or something to put it in there with?
That would be too convenient.
Of course.
This is going to be a lot of fun. We're going to make sure this podcast goes while he tries to do surgery on a burrito.
Or how about when I order a burrito, you put the fucking shit in the burrito?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Why don't you bitch some more?
He's kind of like my grandfather was, where he pretended he didn't hear you, but he heard everything you said. Matt, I'm interrupting his food on purpose. I want to know, post, how was the pepper?
He's preparing himself to
He's got a
It was
burrito.
the hottest thing I've ever had. It didn't screw up my stomach at all, but I did have some interesting shits. So,
Oh, really?
yeah, I'm at that age where stuff affects me, I guess, now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So it was like, not, diarrhea, but not solid. It was like in between.
Hey, what? I
What?
can't hear you. Are you pulling out knives? The hell?
I will recount it and it'll be better now because I can throw in a few more
Yeah,
details.
you can take it easy in the time, and I want to luxuriate in it.
Okay. You just bathe in this. So
Talking to the
luckily-
microphone.
What's funny is Andy is a bit under the weather, and his ears aren't working quite so well. So he actually needs these mics to be able to hear us anyway.
It's hilarious.
If we didn't talk into these mics, he doesn't know what we're saying.
That's true.
So it's a fantastic experiment on our part.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, for those of you at home, you can't see this, but I am holding the creepiest freaking mask ever, and I'm going to be posting a picture of this on Facebook and stuff so people can see it. Torgo knows exactly what it is for, and he knew this for a while because, well, once upon a time, Master Torgo is an asshole. And not just once upon a time, many times. He
gonna say,
would
once
prank
upon a
me
time?
ridiculously, me and Deb.
Like what? What would he do?
Well, the types of things that you would do, asshole, is, you signed me up for a bunch of magazines once.
I think it's about 18 to 22 of them.
Yeah, something like that. Latina, Bride,
Yoga.
Guns and Ammo, just shit like that.
Basketball.
Oh, God, just stuff I would never read. And I wonder, well, who's sending this? And I figured it out pretty quickly, because who else is that spiteful? Because you're an asshole. He would send me the crappiest games on Steam, like the one where you gotta groom and brush, train the horses, all the pretty
In
horses.
Steam, you can gift games to people. Keep that in mind, everybody.
Yeah. Despite him, I played it for a half an hour, and that's as far as I could go.
Which, again, was a win on my side.
Yeah, clearly. And the worst, he'd do other little things, but the worst thing, the thing that really stuck in my
For
craw.
those keeping score, Torgo 40, Barry 0.
Big fat 0. The worst thing he did.
Goose egg, motherfucker.
You know those Annoyatrons that you can get on Think Geek? Well, he got one, and
I got the Scaratron.
The Scaratron. Oh,
Yeah.
the one where it's like a baby crying somewhere in the
it's
distance.
all horror noises. There's like a rocking chair creak.
Scale.
The worst
Talk
is
about
the one that says, "Hey, can you hear me?"
Yeah, it's about the size of a quarter.
There you go.
Has a magnet on the back. You can select the sounder and have it go random. And what's great about it is that it doesn't play at a regular interval. It plays a new sound every 8 to 15 minutes.
Yep.
So you can't time it out. So it doesn't happen like every 5 minutes. So while you're waiting for it, it's not going to come in that same interval. So, and for a little thing, yeah, it's got a tinny speaker, but it projects pretty well.
Oh, it projects freaking fine. My girlfriend, who believes in ghosts, I know, whatever, heard that and freaked the fuck out.
See, here's the first thing. First thing, I put it on in their guest bathroom.
Yeah.
Behind a pipe. And so I'm like, all right, this is going to do its magic on its own. And I didn't hear anything for like 2 weeks.
Oh, I heard it. I mean, I heard it. I heard about it from Deb because I didn't hear it. Deb would hear it when she was passing by. And she's like, something is going on. Did your fucking friend put something in that? She thought it was you soon. But, and I was like, look, I don't hear anything. You're crazy woman.
So then, since I didn't hear about anything weird happening in their house, because usually he'd tell me if something funky's going on.
Yeah.
So I moved it to the top of a painting that he had in the hallway.
And then I worked from home at that time, and then I heard it, and I poked my head up. I said, "Oh, what the hell was that?" So I sat.
It does a child's giggle, scratching sound, a little ooh.
I heard like a scratching sound or something. I'm like, that's not the house settling. What the hell is that? So I went out in the hallway, and I just sat there, very, very quiet. And then I heard it again. I heard, "Hey, can you hear me?" I'm like, "Oh, what the hell?" And so I couldn't pinpoint where it was. I got closer every time. 8 minutes passed, and I was just sitting there as still as possible. And I remember this because I had to pee. And then I would get closer, just a little closer every few minutes, till I finally found it, and I knew immediately who it was. Now, I never got a chance to get him back because he worked weird schedules, and my life is weird, and we could never pin it down to the point where I knew where he'd be at a certain time so I could prank him. And then what could I do? I couldn't just put the Annoyatron back, because that's on him, because that's stupid. He'd get it, he'd be like, look at you, you put it back on me, woohoo, it's stupid. And I couldn't do something to his car because it's juvenile. I'm not going to put, like...
Cut his brake light. Cut his brake.
No, I thought about that. Deb's idea was to get him kidnapped and bury him in a desert. And
that's a good prank.
As I explained before, I thought of for what would normally be considered an alarming amount of time. To the point where I actually consulted with a couple of my ne'er-do-well friends. The real fucking miscreants, almost felons. And some plans were made, but quickly set aside because, come on, man, there's a line where it's not a prank anymore. It's like, haha, I stuck you with a red hot poker in the eye.
But I do have a shiv here.
Yeah, you do have a shiv, which I'm tempted to use on you. So nothing happened, and eventually I moved away, and I've been away for like 5 years at this point. The trail went dead cold. There was never a chance for revenge, but it was always stuck in the back of my head. Now, I like to play Skyrim. I like the game, and I played it through a couple times, and at some point, for whatever reason, I never did the Assassin's Brotherhood quests. You can look them up at your leisure, they're pretty fun. At one point during the game, a courier comes up to you and gives you a letter, and on the letter is a black hand print and a couple words underneath that say, "We know." Well, I thought that was just the creepiest thing ever. And then it all hit me. I knew exactly what I had to do. And I just sat there, stunned in front of my television, just thinking, wow, this is it. This is what I have to do. I have to make him part of an alternate reality game type of situation. Like, did you ever see that Michael Douglas movie, The Game?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's something like that, except I don't have Michael Douglas money. So what can I do? Well, I thought about it long and hard. I'm talking like 2-3 months, just silent in my room writing. Deb will tell you about this because I was just obsessed. Like, what do I do? How do I make this? How do I flesh this out? How do I bring him into some type of Illuminati type of thing? You know, some secret brotherhood. And I figured it out. And so now I'm going to lay out for you the entire plan. Phase 1 of 4.
Wow.
Phase 1 of this revenge plan involved me sending letters to Todd. And not just me. I had the help of every human I knew on this planet, from almost every damn country I could possibly find them in. And I had them send him letters from Australia, England, California, New York, Chicago, just everywhere. And each of these letters, and there was 32 of them I sent to him. There were 16 letters that that mattered, and the other 16 were duplicates just in case they didn't get to it. They had a mask, the creepy mask on it, and a bit of a little poem that I wrote to help him put them in order, and a piece of a poem by Baudelaire called Destruction, which was sufficiently creepy. It's kind of creepy as the one that's on Pam's back in Archer, if you watch that. And a little code on the top that if you put them all together, it brought you to a website. Now, I want you to keep in mind, I was super secret about this, swore everyone to secrecy, talked to him as often as I could. I even handled those letters with gloves, just in case he had one of those little junior detective fingerprint kits. I was just super
Because he's
paranoid.
got your fingerprints on file.
I
got
don't
a
fucking
baseline.
know what he's got. I was being paranoid. I did not want, and none of the letters came from Texas, not a damn one. Okay, so he got all the letters. I know he did because you confirmed that for me because you
Yeah.
were part of
Yeah,
this. Yeah, I had to have an inside man.
We came to a Geek Shock recording one time, and they were piled on the coffee table. And he's like, yeah, I've been getting these. And it's just like, oh, wow, this is weird. Okay. And just like, so what about it? Oh, I don't know. And it's just like, oh, God damn it.
Yeah, we'll get to with the rest of that later. But if you go to this website, there would be 3 very creepy questions. And this website was built, by the way. You know,
Yeah.
this is what I do for a living, so I can do this.
You
shit.
bought the domain.
Bought the domain, programmed the site, programmed the database, programmed the thing to text me and you some creepy thing once you completed the 3 questions. The 3 questions were super creepy questions about sacrifice. Now, put a pin in that. We'll get back to that later. Second phase, the text messages and phone calls. He would get text messages and phone calls from phone numbers all around the nation. Again, not from Texas. All around the nation, and saying creepy things to where, and he would have to either call one back or text one back to find out what the code was. And you'd put them all in order, and it would be creepy. And he'd get to the website, another website I'd build. I didn't build this one yet. And it had 3 creepy questions that about
Sacrifice.
no, not about sacrifice. The first one was sacrifice. The second one was, hold on, give me a
Faith.
second. Faith, thank you. It was faith.
Wow, I was right.
Yeah.
It's your plan.
What's a
It's a lot to remember, dude. I have like a little booklet about this in my house, just of every little detail.
It's a trapper keeper that says the plan and multiple markers.
Kinda, yeah, a little bit.
Corkboard with a bunch of thread, yarns, stretched between index cards.
Pictures of your face with a knife through it, things like that. No, what I had planned to do, a little aside, was record for posterity everything I did for this plan. That way, later on, I could tell people about it.
You could have a behind the scenes DVD extra.
Well, I had planned to give you a little booklet at the end of this this is what went into pranking your stupid ass.
Ah, okay.
That and, the Ferengi gland kicked in, and I was thinking, well, maybe I could sell this.
Ah, yes.
Anyway, so second
a
phase.
gland?
It's a gland.
Okay.
It's right near the anus. You have to express it every so often. I'm doing finger motions. You can't see it. Third phase of the plan was personal visits. I was going to enlist the help of improv actors around town, give them like $20 or something to go into where he works, he tends bar, and buy a drink. Give him a nice healthy tip, and when he's walking away, put it down so that he doesn't come and pick it up. Because when you slip in the tip is a business card with a creepy mask and a piece of a thing he's got to put together and get to a website where there's 3 more creepy questions. This time about what was it?
Faith,
Not faith, not sacrifice, not faith.
You hit it before.
sexuality,
Glands.
glands. Yes.
Loyalty. It was about loyalty. Sorry, I gotta keep it all straight in my head. It's the Ardbeg. Time for a drink, kids. Scotch. The 4th phase and the final phase, he would get a very, very elaborate invitation. One that he would be an idiot to ignore. And he would have to, and it would be well in advance, so he'd get time off and things like that to go, because it'd probably be on like a Saturday or something. And he would go, And once he's there, and there would probably be, I wanted to rent out the chapel in the Artisan Hotel in Las Vegas because it's sufficiently creepy looking. Check out their website; it's a really cool place. And we would all be there with these plastic masks that look a lot like the things from Eyes Wide Shut.
Yes.
We being who?
We being all of you and anyone who's helped me in this, and really anyone I can get.
Okay.
So as many people as possible. And I was going to tie, sew some black cloth to the back of it so you can't see people's face. God, that mask is creepy. He's wearing it right now.
It really is. It's a very creepy mask.
Super creepy mask. So serial killer.
Watching you laugh behind it.
I just like to say at this point, I had no idea any of this was going on.
Jeff, I couldn't bring you in. You're too close to him, man.
Right?
Physically, yeah, I could not bring you in on it for plausible deniability. Anyway, he would get there, and I would be there as the officiator of this, and in a creepy voice, which I hadn't really brought the voice together yet, but in a creepy voice, I'd say, "Welcome, God, that mask is creepy."
Yeah, and he's staring at me. Fuck, that's creepy.
It's an amazing mask. Probably the best neutral mask I've ever seen.
I got him from China. I got like 24 of those fucking things.
China.
Who I would say, you have passed all the tests, and I don't have the speech on me, but the speech is pretty awesome. It's like, you have answered these questions, and you have proven that you can that you would never sacrifice your principles, and the Brotherhood would also never give up on you. And then you have also answered 3 questions about faith, perseverance, and just as you can have faith in the principles of the Brotherhood, I'm paraphrasing here, we, the Brotherhood, would never let you down as well. And then you have also answered 3 questions about loyalty. And as you are loyal, and we demand loyalty in the Brotherhood, and as we demand loyalty, we give loyalty to you, and we would never desert you. We would never give you up. We would never let you down. We would never desert you. Never gonna give you up. And then Rick Astley would play on the screen behind him. It would be the world's longest Rickroll. We take off our masks. I give him 2 middle fingers, possibly kick him in the nuts.
And Rick Astley would be one of the guys behind the mask.
I considered looking at how to book Rick Astley.
You considered it.
I don't have that kind of cash. But so
wow.
that would be the
Would
plan.
take that kind of cash?
Yeah, it would. He's famous.
Well, now he is. Yeah. Now.
He played at the Palms a couple months ago.
Oh, well, okay. Once
Yeah.
you do the palms.
Yeah.
You're big. Now, I
Last one for
planned
the
this
Palms
out
Culture
to
Club.
every little detail, and it took me so long. And I know there's a lot of moving parts in this. I know that, but I had it all worked out, except for one fatal flaw.
I'll explain my end of it now because
Here comes the fatal flaw.
You put it into action.
Yeah.
I started receiving these creepy cards with the image of this mask on them, with the French poem on the bottom and on the top, a couple of letters that didn't seem to go together, and then underneath that some creepy sounding poem that I wrote or whatever.
Yeah, I had to write that to be creepy.
Right, and I kept receiving these from all over the nation. I got one from Australia, I think.
A lot of duplicates too.
And I got a lot of duplicates. It's redundancy to make sure I got all of them, I'm sure.
Yep.
So I was receiving those, and this is really bizarre. It's really creepy. I don't want to respond to this. And so I didn't. And that's the end of the story.
And again, the joke is on me.
Yep.
That was awesome.
I told you already while you've been here, too complicated. Just roll up to his bar, kick him in the nuts.
I said the same thing when he said that.
Hey, go big or go home.
And
I went home.
Yes, you did.
But I am flattered. I am so flattered because that's such an amazing setup.
He's flattered.
Not what I was going for.
Hey, he's never going to give you up, man.
Fuck you.
What's your creepy film? Write to us, comments at uglycouchshow.com.